So I just want to show some of the things they do to me. And I want to show the obvious manipulations. And, there's a lot of mental torture, a lot of playing with your brain. But when it's things that are a little bit comical, I kind of don't mind walking through that. You see this, right? I'll scroll down and I see this person in bed. And in my brain, it just kind of create this battle. It's like, oh, this is like an ad for commercial, so it's just a young person. I'm like, like that's all you see. I'm scrolling down and I'm just seeing somebody who's young in bed. I'm like, okay, maybe that it is an ad for a mattress or something like that of a young person, like a young person who could be actually an adult or something. I'm not thinking twice too much. And then look back, oh, this is a kid. It's like a 16-year-old kid. And they try to make you feel guilty. You see, that's proof. I was like, what? And it's them trying to play with me. Obviously, I'll look at that as like, oh, there's some kind of young person, some kid or something. I wouldn't care too much about it. But now is what they do, and they have this ability to just. But you see, if you see the earlier video, you see like 2 9-year-old kids. They would try to make me look at them as like adults. So of course this is nothing. But on top of that, look at that. Look how stupid it looks at this point. Right? Let's just say I scroll down and I'm not seeing properly or whatever. I think this person is just some young person in bed and it's an ad or something like that. What? You know how stupid it is? It's like, oh, wow, well, you see, that's proof you didn't recognize it immediately. Stupidity. But these people are trying to break me down and make me subscriptive of everything. That they even kind of create these battles. And I know it's them. They can they can make me think and look at people and see in different version of them. Like my perceptions of how I see things and process things are different. And so it will be easy for them to make me imagine that this is like some young adult in bed and this is an ad or some shit like something like that. Sorry for that language, and make me perceive that as some adult in bed in an ad. I mean, they've done that to babies. So this person, and you can barely see you just see her like covering her face, just be in bed, and they've done that many times. And for me to process what I'm saying is just not the same. They can make me perceive things in different ways. And initially, they really made me imagine that it was like an ad of some sort. They made me imagine a whole thing in my head, right? But in reality, it's just as a 16-year-old who's been having this condition or whatever it is, and try to make me subscribe to these things. That's the things that they try to break you down with and make you think in these illogical ways. That's their job. It is very frustrating, but that's what I have to deal with every day. And I will never subscribe to these things. It's annoying as hell, but as I'm watching my videos, I see that even though it's a nonsensicalness that's happening to me, I'm kind of okay with having the ability to address what's happening to me. I'm addressing it in a proper way. Of course, I'm being played with. My perceptions are being messed with. But when they try to play with my perception in these cases like that, where they just make me imagine this is an ad or whatever, and just make me imagine, just so that I can imagine this person to be an adult, which is not going to be too hard. If they can do that to a 9-year-old, they can do that to a 16-year-old. So, especially when all you see is just like that. But it's obviously what they can make me perceive. And once you kind of have the right perception of things, then they're like, oh, you see, that's proof. I'm like, it's so sad. It's so nasty. But that's the things they do. They really try to make you identify to something you're not. And they play with your perceptions. They play with the way you perceive things. And they play with your thoughts in so many ways. That's what they do.